Welcome to the Grateful Anglers. I'm Big John.
And I'm John Bondi.
And we got a special guest in the host today.
We do, Justin Aram. He owns a tackle store in the area, so he's actually a competitor. But it's a brotherhood, and we all get along. And we're going to have a little talk about the history of our shops and how Justin's shop came to be. We'll talk about how he grew up and how he got to where he is today. So, Justin, when did you start fishing, and where did you fish, and how did you get into this business?
So ultimately, I actually didn't fish as a kid. So I got into fishing when I was about 19. I got in very late. My grandfather passed away when I was like 15. He was a huge fisherman at LaSalle, hand-lined and did that stuff quite a bit. And my dad gave me his rod, and I kind of just go down to LaSalle and kind of started from there. And
I think we all started in LaSalle. That's where I started.
We probably all crossed paths at some point.
Yeah.
I was a late bloomer for me. I didn't. I don't know. As a kid, I just never took it. And then obviously, I lived with my mom and my dad. Obviously, they lived my grandpa lived in LaSalle at the time, so we lived in Windsor. So I didn't get to kind of go do that stuff with him much. And then as it kind of progressed, I got his rod and just got into it.
Awesome. And today, guys, Justin runs a tackle shop and owns a tackle shop in Bell River, which is basically 15 minutes from Windsor, I would say.
Yeah, it's not far. Yeah, it's technically considered Emeryville, but it's right in the same path as Bell River.
And you weren't always in this industry. Like you were a tool and die mold maker, were you? Or
I did EDM at Concourse Mold, yeah. And then I got what was it? I wanted to own a business. I didn't want to. I was into fishing, and I wanted to own a business. And
was it like a bet or something, or
no,
you just said I'm going to get in the tackle industry?
Yeah, kind of just something I enjoyed. I wanted to get into something I enjoyed, and started from there.
And guys, I'm not in the tackle industry. I drive truck for a living, but I got a lot of understanding about it, and I know how hard it is for these guys. The population down here in Essex County isn't what you would have up in Toronto or Detroit. So it's a grind, and you guys got to grind every day to make money. It's not an easy industry. If anybody thinks that they're just gonna open up a tackle shop down here in Essex County and sit around and drink coffee all day, that's not what it's all about. You got to grind, and you got to make it happen.
Our biggest competition is not Toronto, it's Detroit. Mm-hmm. And when people are comparing prices, it's not just Amazon, it's Detroit and the Detroit metro area prices, and that makes it difficult for a Windsor tackle shop to survive. That's why dozen or more have folded in my lifetime around this area. Mm-hmm. But your shop is called what, and how did you kind of develop that name, and what's your website and all that?
So our shop is named LSC Pro Tackle. How it came to be, we pretty much just had names written on a list, and LSC Pro Tackle sounded the best. It flowed the best. Our website is lscprotackle.com, LSC Pro Tackle, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. Yeah, it just kind of was a perfect puzzle piece fit together. That's how the store started. It was kind of one of those moments where you take the risk now, or it'll never kind of happen.
That's right. So what is your customer now? So we're on the other side of town here. What do you think is the difference between our customer base and your customer base? Like, where are you drawing from? What's the best selling stuff that you have, roughly?
I think we still draw from pretty close to the same customer base, because I do well with jigging stuff. Obviously, a person like Buck helps the store, obviously, because he has a huge following with the shore guys.
He's a great guy too.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy.
I love Buck. You know what? He's another positive guy. He never has a bad thing to say about anybody, no. And if he does say something wrong, he's the first guy to apologize.
Yeah. We're gonna have him on here.
Yeah. I'd love to have Buck on here because he's very successful, and he's taken his business to a good level, and I run all my Bondi stuff, but I run Buck's stuff. I run everybody's stuff, and He's just a great guy as well. So yeah, I think we do need to have Buck on the show.
Yeah.
So you get a lot, like I would say in my store, I'm 80% walleye, guys. What do you think your breakdown is out there between panfish and everything else?
I would say like 70 to 80% walleye. The other thing for me is muskie. Muskie does really well. Bass is kind of like, I love bass. That's where I started. I love fishing bass, but like it just doesn't have the same foothold as like
Do you
walleye.
guys feel like bass is not a dying breed around here, but it's not as big as it once was? Like the
For sure.
'90s, it was
Huge. I would
huge.
get a lot more requests for
Yeah.
guide trips for smallmouth when really the early '90s when the dragon tubes and stuff was really taking off and the smallmouth was great and the gobies got in here. I had a lot more requests for
Yep.
bass trips, and I personally am a bass guy, being fishing the Bassmasters or whatever. I would love to have a purely bass only shop, but it's not feasible in this part of the world.
No.
It's the best walleye fishing in the world.
Yeah.
And so that's the customer base. You know, a lot of, I would say too, what's growing is all the perch fishermen too. I mean, everyone's always fished perch, but now guys are looking for different rigs and different setups and plastics, and so the perch is really growing. And everybody loves perch. I would rather have that than anything.
Yeah, perch tastes good.
Guys, I think down here, if you're down in this area, coming from out of town, you definitely got to stop by both shops because if one guy doesn't have something, the other guy's gonna. Between the two of you guys, I'm able to get everything that I need in the area to fish whatever I want. So
Yeah.
I feel like I'm pretty fortunate. There was a time when I was getting a little worried because we had two well-known tackle shops in Windsor that closed down, I believe because of retirement. But great guys, Strictly Fishing and Wally's Baits, two great businesses, and they were just gone, and I started feeling, oh my God, like you start feeling the pinch. You're like, what are we gonna do if we don't have a tackle shop in this area? You know, that then the tables turn a bit. So hats off to you guys. It takes a lot to do what you guys are doing, and it's not something that makes you a millionaire.
No, definitely not.
Especially when you're selling minnows.
Yeah. But you guys are looking at different ways to diversify and become successful in other areas. Like it's not just about being a tackle shop; it's about bait building and all that other
Shipping,
stuff. So.
shipping stuff. I
Shipping
mean,
stuff.
those old tackle stores, they didn't ship
No.
things
And,
out.
and how about your raffles? That's a great thing. And,
Yeah,
and,
our
and
raffles do well.
tell everybody how that works.
So we just, pick items in the store, and then we kind of, whatever it's going to cost in the store, you divide it by how many parts, and that's like how much it would cost for a spot. And we do it through our private Facebook page.
And the great thing about that, guys, is let's say you want a Bubba knife and you don't need it, but you want it, and let's say it's a $249 knife, and you don't have the money for it. Well, you could have a chance of getting that at $15 or
Yeah.
what is it? About
$15
yeah.
usually to enter.
$15, and you run a chance of winning the knife. So
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Are you guys electric knife or handheld knife fans?
I use both.
I like electric knife for everything besides bluegills.
I've always just used a regular hand knife, and but the guys I know that have electric knives, every one of them said if you buy an electric knife, you won't go back to the hand knife. But
I fillet and skin my walleye with electric knife, and then I zipper them and cut the rib cage out with my fillet knife.
Yeah.
So,
as long as you get a knife that is super sharp for
Yeah.
a hand knife, I can just zip through
Well,
that pretty quick.
that's my problem. I would do that, but my problem is I don't know how to sharpen a knife. Maybe I need to take
You know
a
what
course
you need to
on
do? Let
sharpen
me
a
tell you.
knife.
If anybody lives in Windsor, I had an experience recently where I went to where I bought my knife. I went to Williams Food Equipment, and they have a machine in there. And you better be careful after you walk out of there with that sharpened knife. They sharpen that thing like a razor, and I will go. It was like $2 or $3. I will go back there anytime I have my fillet
Yeah.
knife sharpened. That's the place.
I saw that on Facebook the other day. Now that you say that, and what is it, like $1 or $2 or?
I saw something like that.
Yeah.
And if you just take them there and say, "Can you sharpen these?" I mean, they have all the professional chefs around here going there,
I'm gonna do that.
Yep, and I was amazed at how this thing was sharper than when it was new. You know, so
That's
great.
good. Yeah, definitely a sharp knife for sure.
Where do both of you guys see the tackle industry in this area in 5 years? Because I feel like fishing is expanding. I feel like it's getting bigger. And John seemed to, me and him were talking this morning. He seemed to think that the population of Windsor's really gonna, or Essex County is really gonna grow over the next 10 years. So what do you guys think about that?
I think we'll be fine. I think this area already has like a lot of awesome fishermen that very like it's where I'm at in Bell River, Emeryville. There's in that area. There's so many fishermen.
And people really do flock from Canada and the United
Yeah.
States to come here.
We are lucky
to
in
fish.
that aspect. You know,
So-
you get so many people that come here for walleye, muskie, bass, not so much, but walleye and muskie are definitely I see the most people that are from out of town.
yeah,
Okay.
for sure. We get people. I've had people come from all over the place, and they know about this area. And the fish, say the customer base, I think things have gotten a little tight financially. However, I think the excitement that began during COVID for fishing has maintained. I think there's still a lot of thirst for knowledge and a lot of, I don't know if there's new fishermen being created, but there certainly is a high demand for equipment based on the sales of my own brand stuff where I'm shipping around the country. There's still a ton of people in the fishing business that are willing to spend the money and keep going. Like during COVID was insane. But
Yeah.
it's still, I think, still pretty strong, you know.
I think when times are tough, people always try to spend money on their hobbies.
Yeah.
I think no matter what, like yes, maybe the guy that wouldn't normally buy like a $200 rod might buy a $100 rod, but I think people that like love their hobbies, they'll always try to spend money.
I tell you what, when I went to the fishing show in Novi, it was packed.
It
in
was
there,
very
especially
packed, yeah.
Saturday. It was. I hadn't been there in years, and it was just overwhelming how many fishermen were there. And that's just southeast Michigan, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the amount of walleye stuff there. I was thinking that that's the biggest walleye show in the country because you have the #1 fishery rate. I don't know of any other fisheries that big as this area. And I don't know of any show, unless I'm wrong, in Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, Iowa, anywhere where there's walleye. I don't know of a show that big that is 80% walleye like that thing was. So that might be the biggest walleye show in the country, really.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
If you're not there.
I think it really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing I wanted to touch base on too here. I know there's not a lot of money for both of you guys in live minnows. You know, it's tough, man, and it's expensive. So there's a new option, guys, and I'm pretty sure both of you guys do them. Is the preserved minnows or drunken minnows or salted minnows, but I used them for the first time last year, and I absolutely loved them. I didn't see a difference, but I seem to think maybe they're better than using a live minnow.
5 years ago, you could have never convinced me to use a dead minnow, a preserved minnow. But we started making them and putting alcohol in them, and we put scent. And I don't know if it's a scent or what, but when we started jigging walleye with them, we didn't see a difference.
We used them for perch, and they were
Yeah.
good too.
And now, if it's muddy or if it's a severe cold front or something, yeah, I would probably take live minnows out there. But we saw no difference between these frozen ones, and at basically the same price as the live ones here. And I saw no difference. And so you don't have to worry about bubblers and all this nonsense. I mean, we still live ones still outsell them, but over time, you know, there's a lot of pressure on the live bait industry, and the ministry is full of environmentalists now, not people with common sense, and they want to squeeze out the live bait stuff altogether eventually. So
That drives the cost up on
It
it
does.
because of licensing. And
yeah, and if you
it's-
think we're making money on minnows, if you look at the number of minnows in your bucket or you focus on stuff like that, we're not making no money. Like my last batch before we got this ice, we lost $300. That's $300 cash out the window we lost. And this batch we have now, we'll make money on it. So you never know what you're going to run into. Live bait, when you got to change the water every day.
Yeah, it's
The reason why there's not a lot of people selling minnows is because you lose money or you break even, and it's such a pain in the butt to keep them alive, forget the summer. Forget keeping them alive in the summer. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
Okay,
I
well,
don't do the summer minnows at all.
no,
It's not. It's honestly
No,
not
it's-
worth it. And there's not as many people like before. Back in the day, there was a lot more people that sold minnows just in the area. Now there's not as many people, so it's not worth for these people to dip and sell to like pretty much 3 people. Pretty
well,
much.
the customer that I buy them from are my one of my suppliers said he used to have over 40 customers.
Yeah.
He used to be able to drive them to Michigan, all over. Well, that's all tightened up now. He's got 2 or 3 customers.
Yeah.
It's not even worth his
It's-
time to go dipping them. So when we don't have minnows, I'm at the mercy of the guys dipping them.
Exactly.
And
yeah,
if
I'm
they're
the same
not
way.
interested, or they don't have time, or they can't find them, well, that's why we don't have minnows. It's not because I don't want them in here, you
Yeah.
know. So a minnow, it's just you gotta have them. We have them when we can get them, but
another
it's not
thi-
easy.
Another thing too. So we heard how Justin got into the tackle shop industry. John, what made you diversify from making baits to saying, okay, I'm going to open up a tackle shop?
I never planned on having a tackle store. We just manufacture, and at some point, people were finding where we were, and they were just knocking on the door wanting to buy, and we had nothing set up for retail. We would just ship it to Cabela's or whatever, and eventually I said, you know what, we could probably open a little spot here and sell some jigs and plastics. We started doing that, and then one day a guy come in and said, do you have any line counter reels? And I said, I don't have any reel. And he said, well, if you had line counters, I'd buy 6 today. And I said, well, I can get some. Next thing you know, we're bringing in pallets of nets and minnows, and next thing you know, we got a full stock tackle store. And I never planned on having that because I didn't want to have to man it all the time. But yeah, here we are.
You even have your own employee for.
We got some employees here. We got,
Yeah.
and the next thing you know, we're selling wax worms. And that's how it came to be. I never planned on it. It just, people, there was a need because, especially during COVID when you couldn't go to the States, where were you going to get your tackle?
And not only that, but you guys get the local stuff that works in the river
Yeah.
and the lake. You know, like there's certain things, terminal tackle and stuff that you can't go to a big chain store and find it. Like it's a local thing, and especially like with my hand lining and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like
that
it's
stuff you couldn't
certain
find
things
out.
that you guys have local suppliers that might make this stuff in their basement, but it's what works down here on the Detroit River.
And rods too. People
Yeah.
like to hold the rod in their hand, feel the action. You can't get that on the internet.
No,
Rods especially, people like to come and pick through. You know.
for
Yep.
sure. Yeah.
So we're you got an open house
Yes.
coming up.
We have an
Um,
open house April 11th to the 12th. The main day is the Saturday the 11th.
And that's your anniversary of
Anniversary.
You're gonna be free
So-
hot dogs again this year.
You know
It
what?
will
I
be.
showed up there. And
Ah,
I
cheers.
showed up there, and there wasn't no hot dogs
You
left.
came on Sunday.
Oh,
I went for 2.
I
That's
thought
the only day he gets off.
I
So.
thought there was going to be onions and all kinds of stuff. I
They
show
were
up
good.
there and I'm like, it's a scam.
Yeah, that's Ron. That's Ron.
I
Ron
got
does
one on the way in and one on the way out. So I ate yours for you.
Well, I just live around the corner, so maybe you can deliver one.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I go to his shop all the time. I just live down the street from there.
Yeah.
And I just go in there and peruse the bass stuff. You got a lot of bass stuff. You got a lot of, his shop has a lot of unique little tiny items like hooks and swivels and Japanese stuff and all kinds of fancy things like
John
that.
goes there
He buys
because
them
it gives
in
him a reason to hit oven 360 while
That's
you're
right.
out there.
You know what I do is I had the receipt too. So my wife says, "Where have you been?" And I said, "Well, I was just down there talking industry stuff. Meanwhile, I'm hiding the receipts."
You're
and
wiping the pizza off your
That's
mouth.
right.
I
That's
Yeah.
right too. But
I have to admit, every time I've gone to Justin's, it's like, yeah, maybe I should get an oven 360 on the way out.
It's
So,
deadly. For
we,
sure.
Big John and I have developed this idea where we're going to have the great tackle store sales
Ah,
day. Remember
yeah.
this?
Yeah, yeah.
So I was thinking of one day having Justin come here and I go to his store. And then we see who can sell more, just in raw dollars.
yeah.
Who can be the better salesman on a specific
do that.
day?
Maybe do that.
I'd do
How
that.
come
And then the
you're with
winner
you?
gets
we'll,
like
we'll,
a-
we'll sell all his stuff at half price that day.
The
You
winner
really get in trouble.
So here's what the winner gets. The winner gets a oven 360 pizza, and he also the loser has to make a promo video for the other guy's tackle store.
Oh,
That would hurt. That
you
would
up for that,
sting.
Justin? Yeah,
I'd be up for that. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I think it would be great, like on a Saturday, and we build up to it, and it's like
That'd be fun.
the
That'd be
great,
great.
the great Southwestern Ontario tackle sale or
That'd be
something like that.
hilarious.
Yeah,
It'd be like, what are you doing here?
and maybe between me and Buck, maybe we could both film both stores while it's
Yeah.
happening
Yeah.
that day.
Yeah.
You know, and
That'd be fun.
yeah,
For sure.
Next
I'd do
thing you
that.
know, it's a CBC documentary or something.
yeah. No, that'd be fun. Yeah, that'd be fun. It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Because I wonder if all Justin's clientele would come here that day, and yeah,
I think we get it. We have a lot of the mixed clientele.
It would be the power of social media who can drum up the most.
That'd be
Right,
fun.
but
You know
you
what's
can't sell. You can't
Justin's
lowball
gonna
people.
stand at the door and say, "Oh no, we don't have it. Just go to LSC Pro Tackle today."
No, he needs to beat me. He needs to beat me here.
Oh, so
He
yeah,
needs to sell more in my
Okay,
store than
okay.
I can sell in his store.
That'd be funny. That'd be
And
hilarious.
let's make this happen.
Yeah, that would
Maybe
be
after the
definitely plan
shows,
it, for
make
sure.
this happen.
That'd be a very
Yeah.
interesting.
you know, the other
to
thing
do.
too is
And to make it good, it's going to be on a Saturday.
that's right,
Busy day.
Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah, like mid-March or something like that.
Yeah, like a prime time.
Justin, are you going to be in the back making baits and stuff too while
Right,
you're here?
when it's slow.
I don't know about that, but
The other thing too about this area is, you know how people are on the internet. They would love to see infighting between tackle stores. It's just
Yeah.
childish stuff. And when Justin opened, I says, listen, if you ever hear somebody come into your store saying Bondi said this about you, I said it's not true. If you hear any rumor, you come to me, and we'll discuss it. And he said that's good because Justin said I don't want drama either, and I don't like drama. I don't
Yeah.
like tension. I don't want issues that he said this about you and you said this. We don't operate that way. So. We're friends, and it's been that way since the beginning. I hope he succeeds. He hopes I succeed, and that's good. That's a good attitude to have.
And I definitely feel like there's room and the need for two. I shouldn't say two tackle industries because then there's one in Colchester too, with Mr. Bondi
yeah,
there.
Fred.
Yeah, Fred, he's a great guy, and I know when I'm out in Colchester, I always try and pop in and get stuff there too. So there you go. Two great guys, two great tackle shops. Guys, what are your store hours? Start with Justin. Let's go. GoPro
So,
batteries falling
we're-
apart here. So
we're closed Mondays, Tuesdays to Thursdays. We're 8 to 5. Friday 8 to 6. Saturday, Sunday 8 to 4. And
awesome.
LSC Pro Tackle.
Johnny boy.
Monday to Saturday, 8 to 4:30, 3796 County Road 17, and we got all your ice fishing stuff at both places.
There we go.
And well, before this goes, I just want to say thank you. Like the tackle store, I started with my wife. My wife was a major component. She holds the wheels together. People like Buck, people like my employee Pete and Buddy, really good Buddy. There's a ton of people that helped me. It wasn't just me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I got a lot of volunteers here. They know who they are, packaging my stuff. I got my wife, my daughter, and my 2 dogs. We're all involved.
And what
Licking the
about,
packages closed.
what about the dream team upstairs?
Yeah, those guys, the Dream Team, Premier Packaging.
Yeah. There we
They
go.
do a lot of work here.
You
I
can't
give
do
'em-
this by yourself.
No.
Right. It's hard.
No thank you to Big John, I guess. Anyways,
Big John's the glue. Big John's the glue that holds it all together.
Yeah.
He's the glue that
No,
you kind of
no.
know is there, but you.
I'm the buckfish is at Bondi's. But,
Yeah.
no.
You're big
But-
buck.
I
You're
love
big buck.
I love both of yous, and 2 great guys. I actually had the pleasure of fishing with Justin this year.
Yeah, show
And
him the footage.
Just yeah, there is none because we didn't catch anything.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and like a full day of it too.
It was.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah, it
And
was
you're,
painful, eh?
and you're giving advice to people?
I know,
Dude,
Just-
No
dude.
fish?
Yeah, yeah.
I've had that.
I'm by
You
far.
can show us the footage of like the board going back from a weed.
Yeah.
We gotta
Yeah.
fit-
Oh my god.
I was so embarrassed I didn't even have to turn the GoPro on that day.
It's fine. It's part of it.
Cheers, guys. Love yous all. Be positive. 2 great guys. Check them out. Come down to their tackle shops and keep them in business.